Hello and welcome to HBM's Crypto-Corner for Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022. We have a couple of things to talk about, so let's get started. First of all, here's an interesting discovery. A bizarre worm with one head and countless bodies found an astonishing discovery. A strange new species of worm with one head and multiple branching bodies has been discovered by researchers in Japan. Confirmation of the new species of worm was announced by researchers led by Professor Maria Teresa Aguado from the University of Göttingen in Germany. Aguado was sent images of the strange worm by researchers in Japan and organized a field trip to examine and later confirm their findings. The worms were found off Sado Island in Japan, living inside host sponges in the seas surrounding the island. They were found to be a form of silid marine worm. Until now, only two others of this kind were known to exist. The new species has been named Ramacillus king Hydora. After Japanese legend Godzilla's monster enemy, King... I can never pronounce this word correctly. I'm going to say Hydora, a kaiju that can regenerate lost body parts. Having the chance to dive and collect animals in the island of Sado was really remarkable. We were also quite lucky to find the animals the first day of diving, Aguado told Newsweek. It was not until we finished the complete morphological and molecular study that we were sure. I was then quite enthusiastic and surprised there were more species with such a tree-shaped body. The team's findings were published January 19th in the journal Organisms, Diversity, and Evolution. The authors suggested the strange form the worms take may be in response to the shapes of their host sponges. Their hypothesis is that the worm body branches out in strange ways to explore the insides of the host sponges. The ramified bodies of the branching cilids might mirror the intricate labyrinth of the sponge canal system in which they live. The sponge canal system with the ability to produce new, fully developed segments, allowing the worm to explore the canals, the study said. Bizarre behavior of the worms was also filmed by the scientists. In one clip, a Ramacillus king Hydora is recorded shaking in an animated way that scientists believe is linked to the distribution of reproductive cells by the worm in its environment. The first silid marine worm species was discovered in the Philippines in 1879. The second was found north of Australia in 2012. Analysis suggests the Australian and newly described Japanese species share a common ancestor, which the researchers say is potentially where their asymmetrical branching bodies come from. Aguado said many questions remain about these strange creatures. Scientists don't yet understand the nature of the relationship between the branching worm and its host sponge. Is it a symbiotic relationship where both creatures somehow benefit? And how do the worms manage to to maintain their huge bodies having just one tiny mouth and their single head? So a very fascinating little development here with some strange creatures being found under the sea. Finally, Daniel Perez has been putting together something called Project Bigfoot Books. The Center for Bigfoot Studies' mission to create the most complete listing of all known books on the subject of Bigfoot, aka Sasquatch, Yeti, Abominable Snowman, etc. In 1988, I self-published a book called Big Footnotes, and as the subtitle stated, it was a comprehensive bibliography concerning Bigfoot, the Abominable Snowman, and related beings. I made a valiant attempt to list all the books I knew of that were about the subject of Bigfoot. In 2022, with self-publishing, the website Amazon, and the internet, there appears to be a never-ending stream of books on the Bigfoot subject, with some possessing more scholarship within the pages than others. One only has to do a little bit of digital digging on the internet to find, for example, a sizable listing of books on another controversial topic, UFOs, to realize that many of the books are recommended reading, meaning that some books were obviously left off the list. In this massive, all-encompassing listing, I, along with volunteers, am making another valiant attempt, this time on the internet rather than a printed book, so just about everyone who has a library card or access to the web can see what has been published on this fascinating topic. For the time being, the listing will be alphabetical, but as I get up to speed, I'll help to have the list accessible by date as well. In this way, someone who remembers the year of publication but draws a blank on the author and the title of the book might be able to find the work with ease just by knowing the publication year. In essence, the manner of listing for all the books will grow and mature as better ideas for a compilation are brought to my attention. The main focus will be Bigfoot, which is also referred to as Sasquatch. But the listing will not simply be limited to Bigfoot, as I intend to cover related beings that seem to share some of the hallmarks of reported Bigfoot sightings in that they are hairy and upright. So the listing will also encompass the Almas, Yeti, also known as the Abominable Snowman, Yeren, Yowie, Orang Pendek, Skunk Ape, Wendigo, and other similar cryptozoological beings that are reported to inhabit planet Earth. And some of the titles that he has listed here is a good start. He has some really good titles listed. One that I would love to see him list, and I hope he will list it eventually, is Grover Krantz's book, Big Footprints. Or Bigfoot Sasquatch Evidence. Either one. He doesn't have it listed so far, but hopefully he will. But he's got a pretty good little cross-section of different books listed already. The most recent book is a 2021 book by Robert Leiderman, The Bluff Creek Project, which I have not read yet. I would love to read that one, though. He gives it a glowing review. But I'm gonna update this periodically, week to week, to see if he adds any more books to the list. But he's got a good little cross section of books listed right now. So again, I will keep it updated. And that's going to do it for this week. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. And I'll continue to do this as long as you guys want me to. And hey, until next week, y'all be good or be good at it. This is HBM's Crypto Corner.